Hello, this is Teri. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Amethystastrotarot. I'm a practicing astrologer and a tarot reader, and today's video would be about the transit of Mars in the sign of Libra. We can just show shortly what it is about. Yes, Mars would be in the sign of Libra. Libra is a cardinal sign and an air sign, and it will go through this time from August 7th until September 22. We are talking about 1.5 months or so. So it starts from the Leo season and goes until the end of the Virgo season. In a way, I think that I will stop sharing. I just wanted to show what we are going to talk about. And also, I mean, like Mars is thought to be, I mean, in detriment. I mean, like in exile or in a less comfortable place. It's not the home team, because the home team is Aries, and the opposite sign would be that the visitors team place in a way. So in a way, it's thought that I mean Mars is not comfortable in the sign of Libra. Uh, but of course, all the planets have their expressions, different expressions in different signs, so it doesn't mean that it won't express itself. Maybe it won't be as strong as maybe when Mars is in Capricorn, where it is exalted, or maybe when it is in the ruler sign, but it will still um, go and express itself through that sign, through that period. And I think that I mean, when I'm thinking about Libra and Mars, it's more like if we are talking about the warrior type of Mars, I mean, we can think about the justice, or I don't think so that there's a fighting or there's a struggle or something like that for diplomacy. Could be from time to time, but there's this effort to make sure that there's justice, there's harmony, there's peace, and in that sense, I think Mars in Libra could be about that. I mean, I have that natal placement in that sense. I mean, and it's in the third house, and I feel from time to time that I just cannot stop myself telling or writing what is just, and like standing against people who are not just in a way. I mean, like using all my energy, power to make sure that the things are in the just. I mean, there was a animation. It's like the Calimero, but it's not fair. I mean, I would say, I think for me it's an expression, it's a or a sentence that I say, but it's not fair, and I tell it a lot. I mean, if I see that something is not fair, something is not just for one party, I will stand for that, and I would just say it, write it. I mean, communicate it in a way, and use all my energy, all my assertiveness, all my power for that in a way. But when, of course, talking about myself and how Mars in Libra in a natal chart could appear, of course, always the interaction and the aspects that is making with the rest of the sky, etc., especially in that moment, and also during the time of the transit is also important. And we have to take into account that, let me have a look at that quickly, that Libra is ruled by Venus, and in that sense, the Venus move through the signs would be the dispositor of this Mars in Libra transit. So looking at the Venus through the signs, its transit through the signs, that it will start Venus in Cancer, so we will have that much more impact, like in a way relating to people, or like valuing things at a more sentimental, at a more emotional level, and in a more caring way, in a more nurturing way. Relating would be important on Mars in Libra. And after 25th of August, Venus will go into the sign of Leo. So all these relationships or values or artistic expressions, aesthetics, and the understanding of the peace of harmony would get more momentum of like confidence, creativity, and authenticity with Venus in Leo. And before Mars moves into Scorpio home, September 19, Venus will go into the sign of Virgo, where more practicality, efficiency, and sometimes, of course, perfection will come into this area of relations and values, etc. And it will have an impact on the Mars in Libra in that sense. And thinking about, during a Mars transit, we can look at like, um, what should I be? Like, what should I use my energy for? And are there areas that there should be, I would be more stepping forward. I should be taking more initiatives. I should be more, uh, in a way, like using that warrior inside. And so we could be asking, are there things that I should be fighting for? Fighting not like in the sense of like, but more like not physical, but it's more like, I think, especially when we are thinking about Libra at a mental level, we are talking about what do I have to maybe defend, what do I have to um, maybe in a way use my all this energy and all this capacity and all this uh, power for? What do I use this for? Like, so if we think that, like, of course, when Mars in Virgo, we are talking about, in another area of life, we are talking about like being more practical, putting things order, and all those things. But when it comes to Libra, as the sign changes, we talk about another area of life where Libra is in our charts, of course. And then we start seeing like, okay, like in this certain area of life, um, what kind of uh, diplomatic stuff that I should be after for, what kind of harmonious things that should I be after for, what kind of, like, as I said, justice, think that I should be standing for or standing against. No, that you are thinking that this is not just, you will be standing against people at the end of the day. Or if you think that this is right, you will be standing for, fighting for that peace happening, uh, or harmony happening at the end of the day. So we should all think about this. Like, we should think about like, both in Martian way. All this bravery, courage, and assertiveness, sometimes impatience. So we have to be careful about that. The impatience doesn't uh, get under our skin, and or aggressiveness. And also, I mean, like we have to think about, I mean, Mars is like taking initiatives, I mean, like going forward. And also, as I said, the warrior type, etc. And then when we think about the Libra, we can think about like sometimes compromising, no, to make things sometimes get into a certain way. Maybe we should also act in a way, act upon things in a way that so we should be more compromising the way that we act. It could be the case that, I mean, for the uh, waters to calm down, to come to a certain place. Um, Maybe we should just go and use our energy for that as well. I mean, like, for example, if there is something like kind of disagreement going on, etc., and then we see that the only way to turn this disagreement into an agreement, which, by the way, contracts could be in the area of Libra as well, then maybe we have to act in a way, we have to step forward in a way that, I mean, in a more compromising way, so that the water settle down in a way. So there could be many, many, many um, kind of expressions. And as I said, it's always important to see which area of life this Mars in Libra transit will be affecting in your life. And we can see that, I mean, you can, if you have an idea of your natal chart, you can see where the house of Libra is, in a way, where the Libra is seen in your chart, and you can understand. And as I said, as Libra is a cardinal sign, we could think that if you have natal placements in Aries, in Cancer, and Capricorn, they could be impacted. Your life might be impacted more with this Mars energy that is going through Libra. I mean, I think that sometimes because it's in the detriment, it might be thought that, I mean, Mars, uh, like more the fiery energy of Mars wouldn't exist. But as I said, when it comes to like keeping things in balance and making sure that everyone is in agreement, then you can see that energy coming out in a way. So I wish everyone a good Mars in Libra period. Later we will see each other in terms of Mars in Scorpio back later in September again. I will be again back with other videos as the full moon in Aquarius is approaching as well. So please stay tuned. All the best. Bye bye.